Hey guys, welcome back to Planet Zoo. Yeah, it's been some time since we last was in here, where we built the second part of the Rivendell section. And you guys know what it's all about. It's been the Nexus contest stuff, and I've been into Planko a lot lately, which I'm also taking a little break from. And now I am returning into Planet Zoo again. Hopefully, I have some nice stuff for you here, guys, in this video, and I'm quite happy to be back in here because I was getting a little bit burned out on Planet Coaster, but also with the contest stuff, and then getting Dania wrapped up, and it's just been all of a big mess, everything, you know. But little bit of a break now. It's not that crazy anymore, so I can get back in and build some stuff. And I had to sit down for a bit and figuring out what I needed and what I wanted to build in here, because I feel like it's been a long time ago since I added animals, and I kind of want to mix it up, so I at least add a few animals in between the episodes once in a while. Because you guys know, it's not like the animals that I play this game for. It is mainly the building aspect of the game. But as you know, that pandas, which is the animal that we're getting today, by the way, I freaking love them. They're amazing, and they're just so adorable in this game. So I thought it was about time that we added some animals again, and also in this Rivendell section, so you guys also can see how it all is gonna look somewhat when it's done. But I do a lot of stuff in today's video. And as you can see here in the back here, what I'm doing is that I am taking the tower that I did previous and just coloring the tiles a bit, the more whiterness here. And then I am adding this big tower, as you see, to it, which is gonna be some sort of a little like center point for the Panda Habitat. And you know, it's just something. It's just a tower you see far away. It kind of like pokes out or up a bit from the buildings in front of it, which you've seen built. And that's kind of like what I like. I really like that. And you also know that in the Rivendell section there is this back tower here, this fantasy tower, and that's kind of like what I try to build here. I will eventually add maybe some more stuff to it. But this video is also a lot of, you know, me trying out some stuff, you know, placing a building that is not that it's half done, you know, just to see how it looks. And then the further on we go, the more I add to it, etc., etc. So if you think something looks off, then I will probably fix it later on in the video. And it's also not, everything is not fully done either, but I do get the Panda Habitat done, sort of. And also add some staff facilities, some shops, get some decorative things going all the way around here. And I'm really liking how this area kind of like turned out. It's difficult for me a little bit to find some nice decorative pieces to make it look more elvish and stuff. But I do go in and use a lot of those classic bits, and they work very well for this sort of theme. And yeah, and I'm not really digging the whole custom trims and all that stuff. You saw me do it with the gazebo bridge, or sort of what we can call it, with all those planks and stuff. And it really takes some time. And I feel like if I can just use those classic bits and fill up the walls and such, then I might be lucky that it actually looks okay at the end. And the more I add it, the more I find out that, okay, I should go with this. With the classic sort of pieces, you know, the trim pieces and stuff, and it really works. It works for me, at least. I'm really liking how it turned out to look. So here I'm making this sort of opening, this arch that's gonna go through the building and over to the other side where the panda habitat is gonna be. I know for a fact that there is this sort of entrance here that goes directly into it, I think, into it itself. But I'm not gonna make any sort of interior stuff. So it's mainly just gonna be arches and, you know, tunnels and stuff that you're gonna go past through them. And maybe I'll add a shop or two inside of them. But mainly, like on this, I'm not gonna do anything inside. And it's mainly also the top floor that is gonna be where people are walking to get a more, you know, nicer perspective of the area and can see it from different views. Also a little bit higher than just being from the ground. And I kind of like that too. It kind of gives some more things to look around and also have the guests roaming around. So yeah. You will see me, as I say, do some stuff that I probably delete later on in the video or something like that. If I haven't cut it out, of course. But I do have some trial and errors here. Something works, something doesn't. But it's all in the progress of getting it all done and put all together and such. Because it's really difficult, as I say, with this sort of theme, because I don't have so many pieces again. So I'm just using what I have and kind of like make it work in that sense. As you can see here, I'm very happy for these classic pieces here, which I've never used yet so far in this game. Because I haven't really built anything for it besides now. So that's really cool to get those pieces into the building brain of yours, you know. So you kind of know they're there for now too, and you always, because as soon as you get them there, they kind of stuck, you know, and you always remember that they're there. So, and as you guys know, I know all the pieces in Planet Coaster. I mean, I literally know all of them, and it's pretty difficult here with Planet Zoo. I'm not really there yet since I'm not playing it so much, but it will eventually come there at some point. But I am very, very happy for still the Arctic pack, the pieces there. Those pieces have already helped me a lot in this park here. I think that's probably the one that have helped me a lot, or the most, so far. It's really a nice pack. And also, I mean, the South America pack is also good, but I haven't really come so far yet with the pieces. It's mainly also the temple bits that we got for it, right? So at this wall here, I'm trying to give it some more texture, so it's not just this boring concrete plaster wall I did, and I'm just trying to make it look like some sort of brick work is put into this. Some places it works, some places it's not, and I'm also gonna actually cover it up. So yeah, as you guys know, there's a lot of stuff that's gonna be taken or moved or edited or whatever, because it was very difficult for me to be satisfied with this entrance here. As you can see, I use some time on it, and eventually I do feel like it's there, but I do go back and forth all the time and trying to fix it up, because the more stuff I add around the building too, the more stuff I kind of know what to add to the arch as well, because I get to use more and more pieces the more stuff I build around this building here. So this building is kind of like the building we try to see what can we do with all these pieces, what can we make it look good, and I'm pretty happy with the end result. You saw a little bit in the start of the cinematics, and you will also have some cinematics at the end of the video, of course. But yeah, I'm super happy how the end result is, and you guys can see I'm trying a lot of different pieces here, trying to get some more texture to the walls, trying to figure out what's neat and what's not, because you guys know, as I said before, with the pieces and stuff, I'm still in the learning progress of getting to use a lot of these pieces here. Still very new to me, a lot of them. Takes some time, but we will get there. And I'm happy, as I say, that I get to use sort of this sort of style, this sort of theme here, over here, where the Shire area we did was like a lot of wood and a lot of bright colors and stuff. So I feel like this is cool. It's a nice variation to the park as well. And then also in the end, we start in the middle with this sort of elephant sanctuary-ish place. So yeah, I'm super excited to start that area too. But first, when I was building in this area here, I was literally like, man, that was only the first building. like legit the first building of all these if we really want to go all the way with them. Of course, maybe some of them I can cover up so we only see like the outside of it. But there is still some stuff to do. Because as soon as this area is finished here, you'll definitely notice how much stuff that is needed. But it is getting there, and I am getting ideas along the way on what more to add. But what I maybe want to ask you guys is that now we have the pandas, which kind of like goes with the color scheme and environment sort of. If you ask me, I feel like they're a good fit here. And we still don't want any majestic animals. We want the elephant to be that when we get that far in the series. So I was thinking like maybe something we can add like right to the right side of this giant panda habitat. So we get one more animal up here. But I don't know which one it should be entirely yet, what would fit here. So give me your suggestions, guys. I know a lot of you already had. I know Coast Designer, I've seen your comments, and I really like a lot of your suggestions. But I just wanted to hear your guys' opinion, share some thoughts, guys, as well. Because we're getting to that end now where we are not going to add any more animals soon. So we're coming to the end where we need to figure out which of the last animals we are going to add. Because as you guys know, instead of adding more animals and more habitats, I rather want to build more scenery and get that more out than having like this enormous zoo that will not be able to run on any's computer at the end, you know. Because I'm struggling already now. I am not kidding. I am really struggling. I'm having a lot of frame drops lately. And it's not good, especially when I know how much I'm still missing to build in Rivendell here. Luckily, as I say, we only have one big habitat left, the elephant, but then I kind of want to have one more animal up here, or if we can have two, maybe mix them together in a habitat together or something. That would be kind of dope. So we get like a shared habitat. So I told you guys in the start that the mountains will not be as they are like when you see it in the movies and such. It will not be covered with like high mountains or anything. I am gonna try keep it as good as I can, like just burying the Rivendell section at least, and then as you can see here, as I did with all these rock clusters here, just place them along the terrain, and then afterwards I'm decorating up, of course, with a lot of foliage and some waterfalls too, and a lot of stuff is gonna get to this. So some of the rock work may not look super pretty, but it will get better through the video here. So yeah, and here I'm starting slowly on the Giant Panda habitat, which was quite fun to do because I get lots of ideas while I am building this, and you'll see me try a lot of them out here while I'm building. So that's yeah, I'm very happy how this entire section actually ended up looking. But you'll see that at the end, guys. Here I'm making a little viewing, yeah, how do you say, window thingy, a wall. Beautiful description there, wouldn't you say? Where we are putting some glass in between here. First time I actually used the glass panel. I'm still not sure if I should keep the glass panel in. But yeah, let me hear you guys' thoughts on that. But you'll see it here as soon as I add them on. But I wanted to have this sort of little section here that kind of like close it off, but still are like different from the Rivendell section, but also no, I mean still are the same, but also a little bit zoo inspired, you know, like this sort of. So that's kind of like what I'm trying to do here, and then I'm mainly just taking this half circle you see here and duplicate it pretty much all the way around here. So every section of this habitat here will have different sort of areas, but will still be one connected toll. And I'm quite happy how that turned out. So, but while I do all this, guys, I will put some music on so you guys can listen to that and see me build here, and then I will return a little bit later before the credits, guys. So yeah, enjoy. Alright guys, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the music. If you liked it, the music, the artists are in the description below. Go check them out. You've seen me do quite the stuff here for the last 10 minutes. You saw me work on the Waterfall, which I feel like was a nice addition, and I really want some more waterfalls coming around. So I might do a little bit more stuff with that. The later on I built, the more I built to this, because I feel like the waterfall really does something and it gives that Rivendell feeling a lot more as soon as you get that waterfall effect coming from the rocks and such. And I know you saw I had a little water thing on the top there, but that will be covered up with stuff. I just wanted to see if it was possible to have some sort of water system up there, because it kind of feels random that the waterfall just falls out. But we can kind of say that there's a higher water source coming from below, or it's like something like, yeah, whatever it is that is up there that comes down. I just tried to find a way to make it somewhat plausible that water is coming down. But I don't know if I'll just make it having a few water effects coming down from the rocks and just not have anything on the top there. We'll see how that will be the further in I build. But still some ideas popping up here and there with this sort of thing. So here I'm trying to connect some stuff with each other. I'm trying to connect these buildings, as you see, with this pathway that goes across. And then trying to detail this building here with a little bit more trim work and so on. And also make this arch to make it feel nice when you so people go above it. And that's kind of like what I said about all the perspectives you will get when you are at this area. You will be able to see a lot of stuff, especially the entire Panda Habitat from pretty much every perspective you're standing and looking at it in all these buildings here, which I think is super cool. And especially also if we get something on the right side of it, another animal, then that will give it even more things to look at from the up here, from this top view here. So super happy about how many options this actually gave me when I built the habitat here, that how many different heights and stuff I could have, platforms and etc. So super cool. You'll see me do a lot of different stuff all the way around, guys, and then the more I build, as I say, the more you will see it come together. And I will obviously also, from next video, have some more stuff where when that video is done, it will look better and better, and so on and so on. Because it really takes a lot of time to build all this, and also like one building, like this particular area, it took me like, I think I built in this for 3 days in around 4 or 5 hours each. So it basically taking me around 10 hours or something, 15 even. Of course, I've cut a lot of stuff out where I've also just, you know, fiddled and stuff. There was some pathing that really didn't want it to work. Surprise, which I cut out, obviously. And then I cut out some of the waterfall stuff. You saw me that there was a big cut all of a sudden. Because some of these stuff, you've seen that a million times before. And also already now it's pretty much sort of the same theme and trim and all that stuff I'm kind of adding, so I'm just making it easier for you guys to kind of like follow what's happening and so on. The Panda Habitat itself is very wide and big, but I kind of wanted that. I wanted to make them feel super free and have this super like mountainous backdrop, and then have the people walking here and looking down. And yeah, I'm really happy how everything turned out to be. And the more I add, you will see this, the more this area just pops up. And yeah, it's super cool. When I first made this arch, I wanted like some sort of a gateway door or something, and I've had it in my mind for such a long time, so I finally went in and tried to do it here, and I'm quite happy with the end result. It kind of makes it more nice, more natural to have like these sort of gateways here to make it open. So I'm super happy for that decision there. Here, of course, you know it, take the mud, and then I'll try to use these sort of flower beds, because they have like this super cool trim that just makes it look super elvish. So I'm just trying some stuff out here, trying to make some flower beds and trying to figure everything out, see what works, what tree works here and what doesn't clip through the building. And I'm just, yeah, there's not really anything organized, as you guys know. I'm just building piece by piece see what looks best. And I'm not really like with the foliage and stuff. Whatever looks nice, I add. You know, so that's pretty much how that works. After here, I'm going over back to I'm going back to the panda area, adding some more stuff there, and then I do also add some windows and a little bit more trim work. A lot of more stuff to the building, so the buildings doesn't have this super boring pale concrete. I even think it's plaster wall, because it's really meh. So I thought that would be nice to freshen that up. And also with all these flower beds and trees and all the lush environment now, it's getting way nicer to look at. And also it was quite difficult for me to add clutter, because when you come to think about it, the Rivendell is quite clean, you know, it's very polished. There's not any things lying around. Everything is just so trimmed, you know, organized. So it's just so random to like just add some pots and barrels and whatever I add whenever I add it as over at the Shire area. So here it's mainly just the lush environment I'm trying to create, you know, like a beautiful nature, atmospheric, but without all like ropes bonding and all the usual stuff I place. I do end up placing something in the corner, but it doesn't take away anything. Just try to make something so there's not just flowers and pots. So there's not going to be so much clutter, unless you guys have ideas of what I can add as clutter. Then hit me up. I would love to know, guys, because I'm a little bit in doubt of what I can use that are not the usual stuff. But yeah, as you guys can see here, as soon as the flower beds kind of like gets a little bit more colors and stuff, things are actually starting to look super cool. And one thing I didn't even think about is that I'm making these sort of custom windows here in a bit, and because I didn't think about that they're actually lit up at night. So you'll see a tiny glimpse of what I'm talking about when I go into night at some point, where actually all the windows here are lit up, and it looks so cool. Gives such a nice atmosphere. So I'm trying to make these custom windows, trying to make them a little bit round shapey, trying just to make them look not as the ones in game. And I'm quite happy of the turnout of them. Then I just plop them in between these pillars here, and I basically do that everywhere around these two buildings here. And I feel like that's a good way of doing this, because they fit very well, and it gives such a nice atmosphere, and just a lot of deco on it, and yeah. And here I come to the building where I have the staff facilities, as you can see here, just removing the bottom part, and then I actually have a door underneath, and it just freshened the area up a lot more. Just this area now with all this lushy stuff, and just a little bit more trim work to the buildings and a lot more deco. You can definitely tell the difference here, and definitely tell that something is going on compared to the other side of here, where there's legit not really anything going on right now. It's just an empty plaza, but we will definitely add some maybe a fountain to get it more life, and then some lighting, of course. Can't wait to do some more nighttime lighting. That's gonna be super cool to look at. And this platform up here is not getting anything so much either, especially this building is not getting so much love right now, but we will come to it. I'll probably end up duplicating a little bit of the interior that I do on the inside of these buildings, but I think that's okay. So yeah, pretty sure this is all right with how this ends up looking. And as you can see here, ending up adding these windows to this guy too. So the pandas have a little bit better backdrop too to this wall, and it just looks so cool, guys. I mean, I'm really happy of this part here, especially also when I found out all the classic pieces. They just work super well for this elven-ish trim. So yeah, it's super cool. So in the movies, they have this tower here, right, which is in the back of everything, and all of it looks kind of different. I've not actually seen a tower that looks similar of all the concepts, and also in the movies and such. So I just tried to make my little own, and also mix it up with some of the others. So what I did here is that I covered up with a little bit of rocks and put some foliage on it, just make it look a little bit, you know, like it's placed there. And I know it doesn't really have any sense right now because you can't really enter it. But let's just say you can from the inside of the rocks or something. But for now, it's mainly just deco, and it just looks absolutely awesome having it placed there, and just gives it such a nice peek from the panda perspective too inside the habitat, and exterior wise too. I'm super happy about it. So here I'm just placing a little bit of rocks, just making this habitat a little bit better now. Now we got all the things sort of like sorted out of what we want to do. So now mainly it's just a lot of fiddling that I'm doing, and then just that basically. So yeah, I don't think there's so much else I do, guys, except for filling up the last flower bed stuff. And then we actually are just gonna go into the cinematics. I do end up doing a little bit of interior as well, actually, but nothing fancy. Just preparation stuff inside this building here, where you have the stairway going up, and then I make a little arch that goes over to the other building because I don't like that you can see a little bit of all the bad stuff. I haven't really done anything yet from the inside, so it's easier sometimes to just cover it up with some stuff that looks a little bit better. So that's kind of like what I do here. As I mentioned, the stairway here, having people coming up from the below, and then they go up here inside this building, which is basically just a transit thing to the other building to go to that big platform that is going over the panda habitat. So there's not really anything else that I do in here, that just covering up this part here, so you don't see the double layers I have on the inside of the building. So yeah, it's just some things are just nice to do, guys. It's just nice to polish things like this, you know. So people don't see where you've got lazy, you know. It's very important to me, at least. No, but yeah, just covering up the last parts here, and then it's pretty much at the end here now, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. No, it was a little bit long, but yeah, I just can't stop when I'm in the groove, you know. And I kind of want to show the things that I get built through these hours I am in this park here. So, but yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did, and feel free to join the Discord. Link are down in the description below as well, and leave a comment of what you think about this. Stay awesome, guys, and stay safe, and yeah, have an amazing day, and enjoy the cinematics, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.